Right now is a great opportunity to hit triple 100 stat builds in Destiny 2, it's not even funny. What's up guys, Frosty here, and today I'm going to briefly go over why it's currently so easy with the Solstice event to hit triple 100 stat builds, and a couple things you should be doing before the event is over. However, before we get into this video, if you enjoy this type of content, a like on it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, first we have the Summer Solstice event itself, pretty straightforward, get silver leaves with Candescent armor equipped. Run the bonfire bash activity on the EAZ under the tower directory to convert them into silver ash, and reroll for juicy armor. A couple things to keep in mind, always reroll for either recovery or intellect because those are the two most expensive mods to put on your armor. Also, before you reroll with your hard-earned silver ash, make sure to also have a ghost mod equipped that's bumping up another stat. For me personally, I had a res mod on my ghost and just kept focusing for recovery and eventually got all the pieces I needed to make multiple different triple 100 stat builds. Next, let's briefly talk about what you should be doing to get this high stat armor you need ASAP. For silver leaves, hands down, get yourself or find someone who has a CP in the Ghost Witch Queen mission. At the very end, it will ask you to grab Sagira, but don't grab Sagira. Instead, go to orbit to confirm yourself a checkpoint, then grab a friend and load back in on that checkpoint. As you're flying into the mission with your friend, you can swap characters and join back on them on another character. As soon as they see you join back into the fire team, they can grab Sagira right away to save some time. Then once the mission ends, swap back to your character that has the CP and have your friend join back on you. Then load the mission back up and go again for 13 to 15 silver leaves each run. Rinse and repeat this over and over until you reach the 100 silver leaves cap, which should only take you about 10 to 15 minutes. Then once you're capped on silver leaves, hop into the bonfire bash activity on a behemoth titan to do the stasis cheese. Shout out to Cheese Forever for this. You want to equip the Howl of the Storm and Tectonic Harvest aspects, as well as the Whisper of Shards and Whisper of Hunger fragments. For mods, I would recommend a couple utility kickstarts on the class item and melee kickstarts on the gauntlets. You should also use Elemental Shards and Well of Restoration to make things easier. For the exotic, Hoarfrost Z is the best. If you have it, it'll help you make more crystals. Then get an orb, run at the bonfire, and use your melee alongside of it to make a wall of stasis crystals that will count as orb dunks. Then break the crystals next to the bonfire with a weapon, and those should also count as more orb dunks. If you want to be efficient, load in with some friends also on Behemoth Titans to make tons of crystals for shards so you can keep dunking orbs into the bonfire. Just remember you're limited to 500 silver ash, and if you dunk 100 orbs into the bonfire, it will use up all your silver leaves regardless if you have space in your inventory or not, so be sure to use that up before doing this cheese. If you do this right, you should be able to convert all 100 silver leaves into 500 silver ash after 100 orb dunks in about 8 to 12 minutes with two friends, but remember this also works solo, it'll just take longer. Now that you're looking good on armor and silver ash, you want to reroll pieces until you get some nice stuff. Once you get a bunch of god rolls on your pieces of armor, you want to put them together, or you can use a handy website called d2armorpicker.com to have it do all the hard work for you. Personally, I was able to make a 100 resilience, recovery, and intellect build on my Titan completely from Solstice armor rerolling in just one day. Moving on, now that you have a bunch of juiced up armor, you need materials to masterwork it all. That's where this week's GM comes in handy. Right now, it's the Inverted Spire Nightfall on Nessus, which is very easy to complete, and it's also dropping double loot. So get in there and stock up on enhancement prisms and ascendant shards and try to snag yourself a decent adept hothead while you're at it. I've had multiple runs where I've gotten 4 ascendant shards plus countless enhancement prisms and exotics. It's so much the game doesn't even know how to handle showing me all the loot at once, it's actually ridiculous. The point is you can get plenty of materials after just a few runs to masterwork an entire set of Solstice armor and have some left over for the boys. Anyways, that's gonna be a wrap on this video. This is the easiest it's ever been to acquire and make your favorite builds in Destiny 2. It's not even funny, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your builds and enjoy the rest of this year's Summer Solstice event. Stay frosty.